Okay, so we're past UFC 317 and hindsight's 2020. Let's just say I haven't been having the best week and a half or a week or whatever, however long it takes. Time doesn't exist anymore. Seeing that Ilia Topuria is now the man. Now you guys know I've been a long time Ilia Topuria hater. It's not just yesterday. It's not just since he knocked out Charles. I have been hating on Ilia Topuria for God knows how long. It's not just it hasn't been no. I can go back way back when see if you probably find me with some text talking shit about Ilia Topuria. I haven't been a fan. Not that I don't think he's a great fighter. I don't know. I just don't like the little guy. You know, yeah, fucking kill me, bro. I don't like him. I don't. And now that he's taken out one of our favorites, I don't like him even more. Seeing how he knocked out Charles. Now, like I said, hindsight's 2020. Looking back at it, we should have all known Charles was gonna lose this, right? We should have, right? But he could have won. He could have. That leg lock got pretty close. But then again, I can see a bunch of people saying, cope, 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 cope. Whatever. Suck my dick. But, fuck, man. I don't know. So, I just want to... Anyway, in this video, I'm just going to go over and break down who I think could potentially save us from this Spaniard drought that we're about to be in, man. Because... let's just say these are the only guys I see with even a potential sliver of beating Ilia Topuria. When I say even a chance of saving us, well, saving me. You guys are enjoying this. I can see this on fucking Twitter and shit. People are enjoying this shit. But saving me from whatever fucking torture I'm about to go through for however long he reigns. Now I hear people saying he might retire. No. 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 Should not retire within the next 3 or 4 fights or however long they're saying. No. No. He cannot be in the conversation for GOAT. He's approaching it already, and I do not want to have to hear Ilia Topuria in people's top 5s for the rest of my... No. 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 That shit's gotta go, bro. So, with that being said, this is gonna be my nomination for who I think has a chance in any dimension of beating Ilia Topuria at the moment. Right? Now, number one at the top of the list, of course. Okay, no, before I jump there, the list is gonna go in an order of most likely to beat him to, like, could hit a one-shot knockout on him, or it's just gonna go in that order of most likely to beat him to least likely, but still higher than everyone else, if that makes sense. So, the first person I think that even remotely stands a chance to beat Ilia Topuria, and we all know who I'm gonna say, it's Islam Makhachev, right? Moved up to 175. About to fight Jack Della Maddalena, but please, we need the Dagestanis, bro. We need not just the Dagestanis. I'm saying the Slavic guys in general, right? They're the only ones with the ego and the balls to really go in there and try to manhandle Ilia Topuria. I'm talking about the Dagestanis, like the Russians, the Georgians, the where's Arman from again? Where's Andrew Tate from? He's from the same place. Romanians, I think. We're talking about that. Do Romanians count as Slavic people? I don't know. I could be wrong. But I'm talking about those guys. Those are the ones, and it just sucks that they're the ones at the top right now. I would say Marab, but for some reason, the Georgians, they decided not to fight each other, right? And then we have, like, I'm also going to put some honorable mentions on there as well, because we have Pantoja ducking, because he knows Marab. He knows, like, we have, like, people like Marab and Pantoja ducking each other, right? When one of them could potentially challenge Ilia Topuria. Maybe Pantoja's too small, but Marab definitely can, and he won't. And we know that. They're saying that they're boys and they won't fight each other. Keep in mind, I love Marab. I have trained with him. Like, I've seen, like, Marab's one of my favorite fighters, but we know he won't fight freaking, we know he won't fight, there's no plan in which he's gonna fight Ilia Topuria. All the Georgian boys are sticking together. So, starting with my list as number one, we have Islam Makhachev. He's the most likely to be able to beat Ilia Topuria. Like, without a doubt. When we're talking about well-rounded skills, the ability to take him down and potentially control him on the ground, I don't want Islam to go out there and try to strike with him, because we have seen Islam get knocked out like a lot in the one fight that he has lost when he just came into the UFC. And I'm guessing if it can be done once, it can be replicated. So I'm hoping that Islam doesn't try to strike with him too much. And if he does, not to do the dumb shit that Oliveira did in going into elbow range, right? But we're going to see. I'm guessing Islam's not going to be Ilia Topuria's next fight, because Islam's about to fight Jack Della Maddalena. But if we were to have a first fight for Ilia Topuria, I would love for it to be Islam Makhachev. But we know he's fighting Jack Della Maddalena. So that's gonna be on the sideline for the future, this depending on what Ilia Topuria does next. The next person that I think could potentially beat Ilia Topuria is, of course, everyone's favorite grandma with the back pain, Arman Tsarukyan, right? Called out of his last fight that he was supposed to contest Islam for the title. Called out because of a so-called back injury. I know they've been saying he missed weight. He didn't miss weight. It was a. He says it's a back injury, some injury to his sciatic nerve or something like that. Blah blah blah. Still called out, right? A couple, not even a day, a couple hours before the fight. But love him or hate him, he's the second guy up in terms of potential, right? To beat Ilia Topuria. Like, there aren't many candidates, and he's one of the only ones. Now, in the striking department, I really don't think Arman stands a chance, right? But he is aggressive enough on the ground, and I think he has enough size and enough mass to potentially hold down Ilia Topuria. What I don't like with Arman's chances of beating Ilia Topuria is his size, because Arman is pretty close to Ilia Topuria's height. And while he might be like a little bit more muscular, a little bit more wider, he is pretty close to his height, and that making his head a little bit lower, and giving Ilia Topuria more of a chance of reaching his head. And I'm just saying, if Ilia Topuria, which Charles is like a whole head or shoulder to head length taller than Ilia Topuria, and if Ilia Topuria is reaching Charles's face that easily to punch him, it's not looking too good for Arman on the feet. And we know Ilia Topuria, how good his setups are in order to get people like to knock him out. We know Arman does kind of like to somewhat move forward. So hopefully he doesn't go in there and does that. We need someone to just go in there and just go for straight wrestling. Like, this will be the only time in UFC history you will see me be happy to see a guy go in there and hold someone against the cage for 5 rounds. I'm telling you, you will never see this again. Okay, you'll never see this from me again, where I'm happy to see someone hold someone against the cage for 5 rounds. This will be the one time. If Arman can go in there and hold Ilia Topuria against the cage, take him down when he gets back up, because he's gonna try to get back up. Take him down again. Barely go. Don't even go for too many submissions, bro. I don't want you to get like I want him to get a random submission. Then we're really cooked, because then I'm gonna have to hear about that. Oh, he caught it on the ground too now. Go out there, take him down, treat him like a little man, and just manhandle him. Please, somebody, please help me out here, man. I need this. I can't take this shit anymore, man. This is my worst nightmare, by the way. I thought Izzy losing to Pereira was my worst nightmare. This is it. It wasn't Izzy, because I love Pereira too, right? I used to watch Pereira way back in the day from Glory. I always liked Izzy more than Pereira, but now they're about even for me because of the rivalry and age, and I've grown to love both fighters. I thought that was gonna be my hell in MMA, was watching Alex Pereira run Izzy down from Glory to all the way over here and whoop his ass from was it Glory? Yeah, from all the way in the kickboxing days and whoop his ass there, right? That was pretty bad for me, but that's not it. Watching Ilia Topuria beat all my favorite fighters, because he whooped Max Holloway, whooped Volkanovski, now whooped Charles Oliveira. Like, just watching them, and he whooped Bryce Mitchell too. I love Bryce Mitchell. I don't hate him. I don't agree with a lot of his takes, but you gotta admit, the guy is hilarious, right? And you gotta love someone that can make you laugh. But he's not like up there with say a Volkanovski or Max Holloway. But like, I know Charles Oliveira, which I didn't think Charles was gonna go out like that. But I digress. I'm ranting again. We need Arman to go in there with a solid game plan to decide, okay, I'm gonna hold this guy against the cage and not let him go, not give him a chance to unleash his boxing, bro. Wear him out. Let's see Ilia Topuria in a 5th round fight against a bigger guy, stronger guy. You know, like, let's see that. I don't want to see any more Ilia Topuria 1st round, 2nd round piecing up, because let's be honest, right? We have our best striker. Like, I don't think you guys realize, right? We're sending our best strikers, right? When I say we're sending our best strikers, we're sending in the elite of the elite. Like, it doesn't, like, reaction time, speed, it doesn't get, we haven't sent someone with as much power yet. We did, like, Josh Emmett did go in there, but Josh Emmett is just all power, no technique, no speed, right? Just all power. So that doesn't count. It counts as power, but doesn't count as anything else. So we're sending our guys in there with, like, our 70% knockout power, but like 90% speed and like 95% technique, right? And Ilia Topuria is just sending them back out the room. Like, we're sending them in, okay, tag, you're it. You're in. You're in. You're in. You're in. You're in. And Ilia Topuria just send him out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Like, I don't think you guys realize what he's doing to our guys, right? Packing out our Max Holloways, knocking them out for the first time in their career. pack it out of Volkanovski. Even though these guys are standing in there, they're the ones going the longest with him in the third round, pushing the fourth round, or like in the third round, pushing up to the fourth round, right? Outstriking him until he catches them, right? Because let's be honest, Volkanovski was outstriking Ilia Topuria until Ilia Topuria caught up with him to touch him on the chin. Caught him up against the cage and hit the same combo that he always hits on everyone. Works the body, then throws the freaking overhand hook, like whatever he wants to call that, and then come to the body and then come back, like come out, like same thing. We all know it. The same fucking edits I've been seeing for God. Okay, I digress. But if I have to hear that fucking song again, bro, I'm gonna lose it. Bro, if I have to hear that, I digress. Whatever. I don't think you guys could. I don't know if you guys can realize I'm fucking losing it, bro. I don't think you guys, like, I'm losing it. Like, I hate some fighters, right? I don't hate, but I like to watch some fighters fail. I like to watch our Jamal Hills fail, right? Everybody loves a good Jamal Hill ass whooping, right? We all love it. But when we have our guys like Charles getting their ass beat like that, you know, it kind of irks me the wrong way. But let me get back to the list. I've been ranting. So yeah, hopefully Arman Tsarukyan can go in there, hold him up against the cage, and work him down a little bit. You know, hopefully. Right now, for my number 3 spot of who I think could potentially beat him. This is a toss-up, right? But I'm gonna go with Mauricio Ruffy. No, I'm gonna go with Paddy Pimblett. Yeah, it was a toss-up between those two to see who can get that spot. I'm gonna go with Paddy Pimblett simply because Paddy has a little bit more size on him, right? And Paddy has the hatred in his heart to potentially beat him. Now, hatred isn't gonna be enough by itself to beat Ilia Topuria, right? But him hating Ilia Topuria to that extent, I think, might be good enough to at least a certain extent to work it. You know, I don't know. I could be wrong again, but they seem to have genuine hatred for each other. I know everybody sees the beef and the shit, but I think that's real beef and that's potential by the size and everything. And if Paddy can see what Charles did wrong, that's why I'm glad that Paddy wasn't the first one. If Paddy could see what Charles did wrong, right, which is going there, try the box, stay in elbow range, stay in boxing range of Ilia Topuria, and that's what caused him to lose the fight. If Paddy can go in there, right, and potentially learn from what Charles's mistake was and not do that and work, like, I don't want to say work footwork, right? Know how you have to engage Ilia Topuria. You can't let him gain too much confidence. You have to back him up. If you're gonna go in there and you're gonna do stuff, back him up with kicks, and that's gonna lead into my next pick. By the way, as you guys know, it's Mauricio Ruffy, but pretend like you don't know that, right? Back him up with kicks, right? Work his midsection with the teeps. I'm telling you, straight teeps. Not the no roundhouse kicks, none of that shit. Straight teeps down the middle. Because any other kick that you give Ilia Topuria, any other kick that you send down him, any body kicks or any normal kicks like that, right? It's gonna open up the slip and counter, like the block and counter potential of Ilia Topuria. You know, just freaking push it aside and then just launch, and you're just setting up combinations for him, right? So I'm talking about straight teep kicks that are gonna hit mid and push him back. No room for entrance. I'm talking hard teeps. That's all. The only kicks I want to see. No leg kicks, no head kicks, none of that shit. I know he got hit by who did he get hit? Was it Jai Herbert? Yeah, he got hit with the head kick and put him down earlier in his career, but he recovered really quickly, and I don't see anyone else really doing that to him, especially now that he knows that's a weakness, and I'm damn sure he won't want that to happen to him again. So I don't want to see anything like that anymore. None of those head kick bullshit, none of those leg kicks, none of those body kicks, none of that. Straight teeps down the middle. That's what I need from someone to be Ilia Topuria, right? Straight teeps down the middle. Solid in and out jabs. I don't know how hard that is for people, man. Step in with your jab. Keep your hands up. None of this Charles Oliveira shit with your hands, with your high guard up. One hand up towards your cheek, right? Keep it right here, right? Not here, right? Not here, right here. When you throw your jab, you tuck your shoulder. Get out. Just boom, and you're out. Don't stay in there with him, please. I don't want to see you doing the Charles Oliveira jab and high guard up and try to... None of that. None of that. None. Please. None of that, okay? I don't want to see none of this. None of that. None. I want to see boom and out. Deep. boom, out, teep. Don't repeat that too much either. Next one, go for overhand, shoot a takedown, work the body, work, like, get the little guy down. He's a little dude. You can do this. Don't be doing all this dumb shit I see everybody, like, I digress. I keep getting carried away in this thing, man. But yeah, I just need to see Paddy go in there and do that. I think that's Paddy's strong suit. Has a little, like, longer legs. I think Paddy's legs are like up to freaking what's his name's rib cage. He's a lot taller than Ilia Topuria. Work the weight, work the mass. I know Ilia's getting bulky, but still, you have this natural advantage of that fighting at that size on him. You're bulking up to damn near 200 pounds. You can do this. You can. It's not that hard. Just hard teeps, straights, and takedowns, and hold the little guy down. That's it for Paddy Pimblett. The next guy that I think that can beat him is Mauricio Ruffy, and I think it's because, well, he convinced me. He's been talking a lot of shit recently, and I'm desperate. I will believe in anybody right now. Okay, I'm desperate. I am desperate for somebody to beat this guy. I need somebody to beat this guy. Okay, I can't put up with this anymore. So what I'm saying, the reason I think Mauricio Ruffy could beat him, solid kicks, good fundamentals with striking. I think Mauricio Ruffy has displayed over and over again that he's willing to get in and out and not stand in shooting range. Who did he knock out last? He freaking starched someone last. I forgot who the hell it was. Was it Beneil Dariush? He freaking starched somebody with a head kick. I don't remember who it was. I can't be wrong. I remember his last one was like a beautiful freaking head kick. You know, but like the Conor 2.0. Hard hitting power, right? Good, better striking than Conor. Good in and outs. Not standing still, right? That's what we need from someone. Solid footwork. Confidence out the wazoo. Never really been knocked out, so you know you can stay. They don't have the fear of being knocked out like a Volkanovski. You know, like, knowing you can stand on business with solid fundamentals, good. This is gonna be what it comes down to, is in and out, but with in and out footwork, but with the confidence to push him back. Because you need to push him back with the mid kicks. Don't push him back with jabs. Don't push him back with straights, because then you open up the counter. I want to see straight teeps down the middle. That's it. Nothing else. I don't want Ruffy to go in there and try to get a takedown either. But if it goes to the ground, don't be scared to engage with them. Try to hold them down still. You know? Like, everyone's saying that Ilia is good, but we know Ilia wants knockouts. So don't be worrying about the takedown too much. Go in there, solid fundamentals, in and out, hard jabs with your defense up. You know you're going to be working cardio this whole camp. This is the game plan to beat Ilia Topuria, and I need to see someone execute this. Okay? That's all I'm asking for. That's my wish. So yeah, I don't know what else I can really say about this topic, man, because there isn't anyone else really that I can think of at the moment that I can see that has the skill or the potential to really come up and beat Ilia Topuria, right? Who are we gonna give him next? A money Moicano, huh? You're gonna give me the money, brother. That's what you're gonna do next? No, that's not gonna work, and we know it. Money Moicano went in there, embarrassed himself against Beneil Dariush. We're not gonna give him Beneil Dariush off of one win because, well, he hasn't earned it, and we don't want to set Ilia Topuria up for success. Let's be honest, that's an easy KO over Ilia Topuria. We're not gonna give him CTE Gaethje because why would we do that? Justin's been getting beat. Justin can barely speak these days. Hopefully, he doesn't actually have CTE. Knock on wood. Don't want that for some of our best fighters, but yeah, hasn't earned it either. Don't want to set up Ilia Topuria for an easy knock. There's nobody else I can think of in that division in the top 15 that's worth giving a shot besides who I just mentioned. I don't even remember if Mauricio Ruffy's in the top 15 yet, but Mauricio Ruffy has the striking capabilities. Let's give him another match or another 2 more matches, hype him up a little bit, and then set him up in line. We're going to line these guys up for him, okay? We're going to line these guys up. We're going to line up our Islam Makhachevs. We're going to line up our Paddy Pimblett. We're gonna line up our Arman Tsarukyans, line up our Mauricio Ruffys. All these guys should be in the gym working hard with Ilia Topuria on their mind, okay? And gosh freaking damn it, if these guys do this whole shit and none of them beat him, I'm going to lose my freaking mind, okay? But yeah, that's really all I have to say, man. Oh, I need to get out of this drought. Can't have the Spaniard running shit, bro. But yeah, I stream most of the cards. If you guys want, drop a sub. You guys get to see my live reactions of whenever Ilia Topuria knocks out another fighter I predicted to beat him. And yeah, I think the next card is Luis Teixeira, whatever you say his name. Talisman Teixeira. Yeah, that's the next card coming up. Tune in for that. That's next Saturday. I don't think we have a card on this Saturday. But yeah, man. Wish me some luck. Hopefully, I can get somebody can save me from this, man. But yeah, drop a sub, drop a like. See you guys for the next one, man. Peace.